This summer, I'm 11 years old. I'm walking home with a friend and his 9-year-old brother. We are running around and laughing, having a good time. It's around 8:45, but it's still light out. We step aside to let a car pass, except it doesn't. It stops right in front of us and turns on its high beams, almost blinding us. What the hell? We start walking around when I hear, "Step in front of the car, please." Flustered, I look around at my friend and his little brother. They're both white and have confused looks on their faces. A police officer, a bald white guy, steps out of the vehicle. In the pit of my stomach, fear starts bubbling up, and a lump in my throat forms. Oh God. I can see my friend's brother has a fearful expression, but my friend has a calm, almost casual look on his face. Why isn't he scared? I think just as I see my mother and their dad walking towards us. Oh, thank God. I take a sigh of relief. I remember hearing a comedian talking about being mixed. You can only be black or mixed, never white. I've always known I'm black and mixed. I never had a problem because that's just the way I am. Then I see a particular episode of Blackish where the mom is talking about growing up mixed. She has identity problems in school and everywhere else she goes. I wonder why I don't have those problems, and it gets me thinking. Am I not black enough? Am I too black? Am I too white? I don't realize I'm doing it, but I try to act white and never fall into the black stereotype. I don't listen to rap music. I listen to Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and pop music. I don't use much slang. I'm afraid of a stereotype that I don't even know much about yet. My mom tells me stories about people saying she talks white. Do I talk white? While I am trying not to be too black, I'm also trying not to fall into that white stereotype of being ignorant and thinking I know everything. I feel weird about fitting in because of something as small as the music I listen to. My white friends don't understand what it's like to be black. They say things like bro to sound black. When I refuse to go into a lock park at night, they say things like, "What are the cops going to do? Shoot me," I think. I want to stop worrying about how I'm perceived and what I can and can't be shot for. I want to not have a small panic attack every time I see a police car, or those high beams, every time I see a badge. The officer asks for our names. My friends say theirs, and I manage to say my name is Ezra Hubbard. Their dad comes up from behind the car next to us. "Hello, officer. How can we help you?" There was a call reporting a disturbance in the neighborhood. I think to myself, what? We were just playing. Who called the police? I glance at the houses around us. "I'm going to need your date of birth and names." My mom and their dad give him their names. My mother looks a little rattled. Is she okay? Can you tell me what was happening here? I remember saying, "We were just playing." I was so stunned someone would call the cops and scared. I don't remember the rest. Why would somebody report kids playing? Because I was black, wasn't it? God, I'm tired. As I get older, my identity issues deepen. A friend of color asked me why Black Panther isn't one of my favorite movies. I say because it isn't that good. There are flaws in the writing and CGI. I still like it, it's just overrated. She says, "Come on, you gotta represent." It makes me feel like I'm not black enough. All my friends upstate are white. Who do they see me as? I know that I'm me and I am no less black or white, no matter what I like or who I listen to. I'm not a stereotype, and I know that. I am black and I am mixed. I realize that blackness isn't something to hide. I begin to embrace my culture. The first step is listening to rap, really listening to the sounds of an amazing song, digging deeper and finding more meaning in music than the surface level pop drivel that I had been listening to is awesome. I had to get over the N word, but once I do, my musical horizons expand tenfold. It's an amazing feeling. The group 21 Pilots helps me get there with their mix of raps and rock/pop. Being black comes with its ups and downs. My mental state has been eroded by racism. Not to the point where I'm depressed, but I feel hopeless about the world changing. It makes me sad. Has made my self esteem higher, I think. Or lower? I don't really know. I just know that injustice needs to be stopped, and I will stop it wherever I can. The day after the cops stopped us, me and the other two young boys were in the blotter. We hadn't done anything wrong except play in the street, yet the police were called about a disturbance. The neighbors saw me as black and a threat. The police saw and still see me as a threat. Security guards still follow me in stores. Ignorant white people still say ignorant things about the black experience. This is something I will be dealing with for the rest of my life. But at least I know who I am. I'm mixed and I'm proud.